We've got a price on this bad boy at 78,123 Canadian for 2025 Colorado ZR2 for 78 grand. You know, it is a lot of money. You really got to think, is the money justified? Because, you know, you might as well maybe look at a half-ton truck for the price of a fully loaded midsize. So, all right, everybody, I've got a real treat for you here. 2025 Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison AEV. And I got to say, from every angle, this truck just looks really mean. So we'll start here right at the front. So the nice thing is with the AEV Bison package, you get heavy duty AEV front and rear stamped steel bumpers. You get the 5 boron steel skid plate. You get the Multimatic dampers, and then you get 17-inch beadlock wheels. But the nice thing is with the ground clearance, you get about 12 inches from the ground up. So we'll start right here at the front. We've got nice LED daytime running lights with LED lights. As we carry over to the middle here, we've got the flow tie, so it is hollow, so air flows right through it. We've got a camera right there underneath that bow tie. You've got your fog lights down below. No parking sensors here at the front, as we can see, but it is nice that you get a front camera. Now, as we carry down below the bumper here, we've got 2 red recovery hooks. And as you can see, you got that massive skid plate underneath there with a little bit more beefed up control arms. And then there is the Multimatic shocks there, as we can see. You also get a front locking differential, which is a nice thing to have. If you are looking off-road and you're paying this price tag, I would probably say, yeah, go with maybe a medium duty truck, or, you know, if you want a little bit more heavy duty, obviously go into the heavy duty segment or the half-ton segment. But I do have to say that this does serve a purpose, especially if people want something a little bit more smaller. You get the Turbo Max name right there. It is a turbo 4-cylinder, no V6s or diesels in these trucks anymore. And as we can see, we've got the ZR2 name right there on the driver's side. So that's it really at the front here. Let's take a look underneath the hood here and go over the engine. So taking a look here underneath the hood here of the Colorado ZR2, we've got the 2.7 liter Turbo Max inline 4 producing 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Personally, I do wish they did option out this vehicle with a diesel like they used to have, or maybe a V6. I know the fuel economy on the 4 cylinders are probably a little bit better, but I still do think that there is a market for the V6s in these medium duty pickup trucks. It's just gonna depend on the buyer, but this is the only option you get on these trucks. I personally haven't driven it with the ZR2 trim, even in the Bison package on it as well, but you know, we're just gonna have to see what people say when it comes to off-roading in the turbo with, you know, a little bit more added weight to the truck. So that's it at the front here. Let's take a look around the Colorado and go over its top. So let's take a look here around the Colorado ZR2 Bison. We'll start with the tire and wheel setup. We're sitting on 35-inch Goodyear Wranglers. We've got a nice 17-inch black beadlock wheel there, as we can see. And then we've got AEV right there in the middle on the center cap. Carpeted liner inside, no air suspension on a truck like this. And there is a look at the shock setup. One thing that I do have to say, I do wish that they made this body color. It is a plastic fender flare, but I just don't think it looks good. I mean, it kind of goes with the color contrast with the metal bumpers and even the side rocker there. But you know what? I just do think that they, you know, should have put this body color. But one thing to note, you get a body matched mirror cap here with a camera underneath. Colorado there on the door panel. And then here's a side profile view of the truck. So again, looks nice and beefy. You do get a little bit more ground clearance, especially with the shocks and then the tires as well. You've got the side rocker guard there, which is nice. It does take a little bit to get into since there is no running board there, but I mean, that's expected on a truck like this. Keyless entry only on the front 2 doors here. Now here is a look at the interior on the passenger side here. We'll start with the seat. We got nice AEV there. And then we've got some yellow stitching carried throughout the seat, 2-tone, no automatic seat adjustments here on the passenger side. And as we carry over to the dash here, nice soft touch here, hard touch plastic at the top here, but you get some nice kind of like army design here on the side with a ZR2 badge there. I think the yellow stitching is a nice little added touch. As we carry over to the door panel, we've got that same type of material here, lock and unlock, window control there, and then some kind of plastic brushed aluminum look there. And then let's take a look at what the back here looks like. Same type of material here on the door panels. We can see we've got some yellow stitching, some soft padding here. And then as we carry over to the seats, same type of material, all nice and plush, I would say. As we carry over also to the middle here, we've got USB and USB-C with 2 vents and then 2 cup holders. Honestly, it's not crazy back here when it comes to room. I mean, you know, you'd have to get a bigger truck, obviously, but you know, where that seat is, and then where I would probably sit as a person who's 5'10", I'd probably make it work. So, and then this here is a 5-foot bed, and then you can see obviously that fender flare there. Same type of tire here as well, with the beadlock 17-inch wheel, and then carpet aligner inside with your DSSV shocks there, as we can see. So that's it for a side profile view, guys. We can see we also got the ZR2 sticker there, but let's take a look at the back and go over its options. So in the back here of the Chevrolet Colorado AEV, we'll start right here in the middle. We've got the Chevrolet name stamped right there. We've got Colorado on the left, AEV on the right. We've got parking sensors down below there on the metal bumper. Got your trailer hitch there, and then we can see we got some nice LED style taillights. We do also have a rear camera here, and then a key to lock the tailgate. So as we open up the tailgate here, one thing that they added onto this, and I did unlock this, is a little storage compartment here. So you can put some stuff there just in case, and then to lock it, all you do is just click these little sliders there, and that locks it. Now, as we can also see, we've got a spray and bed liner. No box lights, it looks like, but we do get a 120 there on the side. One other thing you can option with this vehicle is a full spare. So it does lock in there and it won't move. So if you do need it, obviously you can pull it out of the back. One thing also to note is it does compromise a little bit of box space. You do get tie downs in each corner, so that is also a nice thing to have, and a rear sliding window. Now I would say that's it for the back here, guys. Ton of ground clearance as well back here, so that's also one thing to note. The bumpers are a little bit smaller, but they are metal. You do compromise, you don't get the side steps, but you know what, you could hop on over there to get into the back of the bed. So that's it for the back here, guys. Let's take a look at the seats behind the door. I just want to thank Applewood GM here in Mississauga, Ontario. Go see my boy Zach, he'll hook you up with a great deal. Okay, so taking a look inside the Colorado ZR2 here behind the driver, door panel looks the same over on the passenger side as it does over here. You got your door handle here, mirror control, and then as we carry over here, we've got a nice soft touch material here, two-tone with some yellow stitching. And then, like I said, you get USB, USB-C, 2 vents, and then 2 cup holders. Now, one thing they didn't do in the previous gens of the trucks is give you a sunroof, so you do get a sunroof now, and there is an indent here on top of the roof for taller passengers. You get handles here only in the back, nothing there on the front, and then you get a light switch there too. That's it for the back here, guys. Let's take a look at the front. Okay, so let's take a look inside the interior here where the driver would sit. So we've got a nice soft touch material here with some yellow stitching. You got your window controls here with memory seating and lock controls. As we carry over to this seat here, AEV there in the headrest with some yellow stitching carried throughout, all nice plush seating. You do get automatic seats here with some lumbar support. And then right here on the left side of the steering wheel, we've got your trailer brake controller and interior dimness. This one is a telescopic steering wheel, but it is not automatic, as we can see the lever right here. So that's it before we hop in, guys. Let's take a look inside. So we are inside the Chevy Colorado ZR2. We'll start with the steering wheel here. We got a really nice leather wrapped steering wheel here. We've got cruise control here on the left with forward collision alert. This here, we've got a heated steering wheel with your Bluetooth settings, and then this here will control your front infotainment. So you can control different screens if you wish. So I like that screen, it makes it look good. And then you can go up and down depending on which you want. Over here on the left, we've got your toggle here for your wipers and your turn signals. Now, nothing here at the top, as we can see. We do get a little indent there, and that is for your forward collision alert. A red light will beam onto the window to assist you with stopping. We've got a speaker there up top, so we've got a Bose speaker sound system in here. And then we've got there a handle on the A-pillar, but nothing here. I already kind of mentioned over there, we got the ZR2 badge there. We got a lower glove box area as well. So as we carry over to the screen here, so we got a nice intuitive screen. I like the fact that the screen's not too big. It just fits right into the dash nicely there. So I also like the fact that they've given you buttons, because a lot of screens now, you know, house all of the buttons for your climate controls and whatnot. So I like the fact that you got buttons here. It is dual zone climate here. We've got heated and ventilated seats, and the screen here, it's got hotkeys. So right here, you can have your map there on the right. You know, you can have your audio on the left if you wish. You've got trailering settings, you got camera settings here as well. So a ton of camera angles here. You know, you got a hitch camera angle, you've got side view angles here, especially for off-roading. That will help a lot. You know, it's just going to depend on what you need, but overall I think it looks pretty good. We've got Amazon Alexa. We got your climate controls here, controls. Now to control your lighting, you do have to go in here, because I was trying to find a switch here for your lights, but you actually have to go into here into controls and then go into see more controls and then lights, which is really odd. I kind of wish they just gave you a button. Maybe this is it here. Okay, so there it is up there. So I guess that's a little bit of a hotkey there. You got an off-road mode as well. So a ton of really cool things if you do want to take this off-roading. You know, you got your control button there too on the right. So I won't go over everything, but you know, screen houses pretty much a lot of the stuff, and you can get Wi-Fi in the truck. Push button start is here on the left. Here are your other hotkeys. So you got your lockers here, so front and rear lockers, automatic stop start, hazards, lane keeping assist, auxiliary power there, and then this will put down all the windows. You've got wireless charging here with USB and USB-C. This here is your off-road mode selection and also your 4x4 settings. So you've got 2 high, 4 low, 4 high, and also auto. Now when you turn the knob there, so you got normal, off-road, tow haul, terrain, and that's it. So ton of good settings there if you wish to use them. You've got your parking brake down below, and as we carry over to the center here, I'm just going to move myself. You got 2 cup holders there, and then a center console area which you can lift up, and then you've got a 12 volt down here if you need to access that. And then at the top here, so this window doesn't have the rear camera mirror like a lot of the GM products have. Unfortunately, you only get a normal mirror. And then this here is for your sunroof, and then you also get your light switches there. But to access the back window, you actually have to use it manually, which is typical in a lot of these trucks. So that's it for the interior, everyone. I've got the window sticker right there, so let's go take a look at that. But overall, I do have to say the new redesigned Colorado that came out, you know, I think it was 3-4 years ago. I think they did a good job. I just, like I said, I do wish that they put a diesel in it still, or a V6, because I do think a lot of people are still wanting those engine options. So let's go take a look at the window sticker and go over that. Okay, everybody, we've got a price on this bad boy at 78,123 Canadian for 2025 Colorado ZR2 Crew Cab in black. And then these are the options here. So the ZR2 Bison edition will run you about 12 grand Canadian, and then tech package will give you about $1,780 Canadian, and then the power sunroof $1,150. So that concludes this review, guys, of the ZR2 Colorado. Let me know what you guys think about the truck. I mean, I love the ZR2s in general. I think they're a beefy, beautiful looking truck, but for 78 grand, you know, it is a lot of money. You really got to think, is the money justified? Because, you know, you might as well maybe look at a half-ton truck for the price of a fully loaded midsize. So that concludes this review, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and we will see you in the next one.